I'll never forget the smell in that room.
They took me to see this woman that for $25 injected Lysol into me.
I remember lying on the table, the sound of the machine in the background, chunk, chunk, chunk. All I kept saying was, "I'm sorry, I'm so sorry."
I remember when they poked me with that long needle and when they began to suck him out of me, because that's the only way that I can describe the procedure. It wasn't quick, it wasn't painless, it was horrible.
I had 2 suicide attempts. I could not deal with the fact that I took the life of my own child.
It was just a spiral into a black abyss after that.
You can never forget that you took the life of your children.
I started at Planned Parenthood as a volunteer and eventually ended up getting promoted to the director of that same facility. Just kind of moved up the ranks there pretty quickly. Planned Parenthood says that they offer options counseling, but that's not true. They offer abortion counseling because they don't really know how to effectively counsel on anything but abortion. I was great at selling abortion. I was a very, very good salesperson. I could sell an abortion to anybody. It's so easy when you get a woman into your office and she is vulnerable and she's unsure. I was not the good guy. I sold abortions to girls as young as 12. The major change for me was seeing an ultrasound-guided abortion procedure take place. And I had not seen that happen before because using ultrasound guidance during an abortion procedure is not common. But we had a visiting physician in that day, and at his facility he only uses ultrasound guidance on his patients. He'd explained that the reason he does that is because it's actually safer. And so I was called into the room, and my job was going to be to hold the ultrasound probe on the woman's abdomen during the abortion procedure. I got everything in place. They did the measurement. They found that the child was 13 weeks. Gestational age, and I looked up on the screen and I saw this profile from head to foot of this 13-week baby in the womb, and I'm looking at this and realizing what's about to happen, and I just kind of thought, oh my gosh, I think this is going to be really bad. I don't think this is going to be the exciting experience I was hoping for. I looked up at the monitor and I saw the baby begin to move around. And I saw it begin to move its arms and legs, and I saw it begin to move away from that instrument. And I was just in shock. I couldn't believe what I was watching. And the baby was actually making some progress. It was moving further and further away from the instrument, so much so the doctor had to reposition the cannula. And he finally got everything in place, and he asked the technician to turn on the suction, and she did. In just, a few moments, I saw the child's body begin to go through that tube. For those few moments, I was watching this child fight hard for its life. It didn't have a chance. We had all those instruments and all that technology, and that little baby didn't have a fighting chance, and it did fight. I walked out of the room that day just realizing, you know, I've got to make a change. Never again. I'm never going to participate in this again.
I found out I was pregnant, and my boyfriend wanted me to have an abortion.
But sometime between my 18 years and 24 years, I've had 3 abortions.
The first one I had was, I was very young. The second one and third one, I was in a bad marriage.
I had my second abortion by the time I was 15.
The reason why I had the abortion is because I was a single mom with a 2-year-old daughter, and a woman from the church approached me and told me that God will forgive 1 mistake but will not forgive 2 mistakes.
I bought into all the lies, believing that it was my right, that it was my body. I believed that it was only a blob of tissue. It was so devastating that it led me to try to kill myself on 2 different occasions.
I knew I was taking his life, but I had no idea how much it was going to affect me. I had no idea that I was going to carry the pain of his loss for the rest of my life.
When you have an abortion, it takes a part of you with it during the procedure.
It's not a quick and easy fix like a lot of people think it is. It sticks with you for the rest of your life.
You kind of just isolate yourself and you keep this story inside of you and that pain, and you're so ashamed of sharing that story that you hold that all in.
Keeping that secret, that's what makes women sick, and that's what kept me sick.
There was a hole in me that nothing, I tried to stuff it with things, with drugs and men, and nothing can fill that hole, that emptiness.
Shame, hurt, guilt, pain, depression, suicide.
Abortion makes you not want to love. You know, there were times I was so low and so upset with myself for what I had done. I didn't even want to look in the mirror.
The truth is, abortion is a lie that's been fed to women, to society. And just because it's legal, it makes people feel that it's okay.
Abortion traps us in such a vicious way that it chokes out life with everything else.
This is something that is life-changing and doesn't go away. No matter where you think you've put it, tucked it, rationalized it, you are never the person you were. Never.